Mhm. Happy Fez Friday, everybody. It is Friday, April 5th. My name's Jason. I will be your Fezmonger for this week's State of the Studio address. You'll notice things are a little bit weird this time. I am actually just using my my laptop as the webcam for the live chat this week because YouTube has locked down mobile streaming because of some bad actors in the last month. So unless you have 1,000 subscribers on your channel, which I do not, you cannot do streaming live on mobile anymore. So that means I won't be streaming live from Monsterpalooza next weekend, which kind of bums me out because I had planned to do that. I have not tested out the system for live streaming. I don't know how good the audio is. I don't really have an idea of how good, what I should be doing for video settings. And my lighting is just the lighting that was currently set up on my in my room. So have not reset up my desktop for streaming, but I can and I will. I have a dedicated webcam that I have not installed yet, and I have I don't know if you guys can see that, but I have a microphone mounted at the top of my desk that I can use from my old system, but I just haven't thought to make those adjustments because I was having so much fun using the phone. So that is something that I will be fixing. Chris and Doug says it's working cool. My screen, it's kind of hard to tell. I can't tell what glare is what, although I can see my glasses are making all sorts of reflections there. So, and like I said, I will straighten out the lighting situation and get my desktop situated so that I can go back to live streaming again from the desktop. So yeah, that throws a wrench into my plans. Although had I planned ahead, I could have easily done this from my Surface Go, which is basically a phone, and still use the desktop YouTube app. So it's just a matter of getting used to the software changes. And I totally understand why they made those changes to mobile. And who knows, maybe someday I'll have enough subscribers to actually stream live again. So as far as a studio is concerned, I'm late today to do this stuff because I had to go down and do some paperwork with my parents. And of course, then that led to an excuse for breakfast and then a matinee of Shazam with my parents. And we just got back from running some errands. So I just got back into the studio, set this up. I need to get my sketch card done today. So I'm not going to do a lot of sewing, but we are 1 week out from Monsterpalooza. That will be Friday evening, and then Saturday and Sunday in Pasadena next week. And I have the Cthulhu's finished. I have a huge shelf of Jacko Bastards that are already started in sewing. And then I have something else that's over there. Oh, the Brimstone Chapeaus still need to be sewn up. And then I think everything else I'm just going to pull from past things, like bring up the rest of the tall flying tubes and what's left of my dragons that are in stock, and just sort of fill the tall shelves in with past designs, not full runs, but just the sizes I have. And that'll kind of ease some of the stress off, and I can start focusing on the future shows. Our next show will be 3 weeks after Monsterpalooza. Will be Crypticon up in Seattle, another horror show. And then like right after that, the next week, I think, maybe 2 weeks, is Tiki Caliente. So I kind of want to get started working on Tiki designs early so that I'm not in such a pinch when that happens. So we will have Ruth coming over Saturday and Sunday to sew, and we're actually in pretty good shape. We've kept the linings running. We had a few snafus with shipping stuff, and luckily those things kind of came through at the last second. Our shipment of green tassels got lost somehow, and turns out when we finally got the tracking number for it, they were being delivered that day. So what could have been a huge deal just was yet another one of those crises that just went away on its own. So that is where we're at. Oh, I have tassel cap restocks for the tassel caps for the Kraken and the Goat are coming in from the printers a little bit later than I would have liked. Those are probably going to show up on Monday. So I'll still have a few days to get those polished and painted and sealed. So as long as I get something done each day, I'm okay. If I kind of push through them, I should be okay. I don't have to run the whole batch. I just need enough to get me through the weekend. and then I can finish up all of those batches before we go on to our next show. I'm pretty good. I mean, we're really low on a couple of them, but I'm pretty good for a small show like Monsterpalooza. I'm just not prepared for the shows that follow. So otherwise, yeah, that is where we are in production. I've been getting my my Surface Book set up to get a little bit more productive. I got my Stream Deck. This is my little guy Stream Deck here, which is a programmable keyboard typically used for gaming streamers. But I got it because I need keyboard shortcuts for the embroidery software. And the way that I prefer to work on my Surface Book is to not have the keyboard set up because it's kind of in my way, to have it more like a drawing tablet format. But the problem there is I don't have a keyboard to hit and I don't have any extra buttons. So having a programmable little keypad to the side actually makes a huge difference. And this one's really nice because you can have it, it pays attention to what program is running on the screen, and you can program different buttons for each software. So I have a full deck set out for the Floriani embroidery software, and I've just started messing with that. My birthday was the beginning of the week, so I didn't sew on Monday, and I actually started tearing apart my desk and cleaning my computer desk up, which was a mess. So I've got things moving along. I just need to keep slowly installing one thing after another. So webcam needs to be installed. I've got a little USB-C dock that's connecting things, but I still have some printers that aren't tied into this Surface Book. And I have set up one of my screens, but I noticed that my screen that I did set up, both of my screens are like over a decade old. So I think I need to invest in a screen that has some color accuracy and can do higher resolution, because it's almost laughable when I plug it into this Surface Book how much lower the resolution is compared to the little screen that I have. So still doing some hardware updates there and still kind of getting used to the new format. My latest snafu is I had to order quadruple A batteries from Amazon because nobody carries the damn things. And my Surface Pen runs off of a battery and it has died. So luckily I have one for my Surface Go that I can just swap back and forth, but I like this pen better. So hopefully I'll have that. Actually, those came in. I just have to go pick them up. They're sitting down at the 7-Eleven right now. So I can get my pen going. And with a little bit of practice recently, things have gotten a little bit better. It's a big difference between the Wacom pen, the way that the push feels versus my really old system. I was pushing really hard to click with my old pen, and I noticed I was like pushing too hard with the Surface Book. But traveling with the Surface Go on the last con, I got some practice in and kind of relaxed into it. And it's that relearning the muscle memory. So I was causing myself a lot of pain, kind of tensing up a lot with the pen. And then on the last trip, I noticed that I just sort of relaxed into it and it was working a lot better. So I'm enjoying my Surface Go for sketching at shows, just trying to get some vector work done. And it's been helpful to kind of ease me into this transition so that the Surface Book feels pretty good as well. So like I said, I won't be able to live stream from Monsterpalooza next week, but all that does is put the impetus on me to actually spend some time shooting video and then actually editing the video after the fact. So Chris, I'm really bummed about not being able to live stream, unless you guys can get like 1,000 of your friends to suddenly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Because I was going to bring my gimbal. I was going to, actually have, some balance Steadicam shots and run around the floor and just interview people each day. But currently I don't have access to the mobile streaming anymore because I am not a professional. So it's if you want to see that sort of thing, then definitely spread the word. They don't have to be Patreon members for it. They could just get people to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and they won't be harassed with a lot of notifications because I don't really post much to my YouTube channel. But I'm gonna definitely get into. I'm on the beta for Adobe's mobile video editor, so I don't know how well that's going to work, but I have access to the software now. They did the Android beta, and so I want to start shooting some videos on mobile and seeing if I can't edit them on mobile and then upload them and post them. So that'll be interesting. But I will definitely bring the equipment and try to do some quality sound and recording at Monsterpalooza, because I should have time. It's a smaller show, and Ruth will be in the booth with Maya. I believe Joe is going to be coming by. So really, I'm not needed. So I can sneak out, and it's a small booth, so really you can only fit a couple people behind it. So yeah, so that's where we are at. Let's see. Quick update. Shazam was fun. I think it's a fun movie to go see. So if you're in the mood for some more lighthearted superhero fare, I am definitely a DC fan versus Marvel, so I might be biased in that instance. But it was a lot of fun, and there's some great performances in it, and I liked the way that they kind of owned up to what Captain Marvel, the original Captain Marvel, the DC one, how goofy it was historically. So they weren't trying to spin it. It was much more of I guess, New 52 version of Captain Marvel. And again, that's the original name of the Shazam thing. There's a whole legal battle. But I liked it. It was a fun movie, and I guess my only hesitation about it as a movie is I really want to see where they go next. And I would love to see Black Adam, and I know that Dwayne Johnson had talked about playing Black Adam. So I kind of hope they go through with that, and I kind of want to see where they're at. Flip side to the superhero thing, Amazon dropped the season 2 of The Tick early, so we binged the first 7 episodes last night, and that's a lot of fun. That's much more my speed of superhero show. So if you have Amazon and you haven't been watching The Tick, definitely recommend checking out The Tick. It's fantastic. So that's what we've been doing. The other thing, I did post this to my Instagram feed, but I don't know if everyone else out there saw it. My latest obsession is Japanese okonomiyaki. And it is basically, you take the Midwestern garbage plate in Japan. It's a post-war dish that they made out of stuff that is basically like leftovers. And I've seen it on a couple of cooking shows, travel shows. And on my birthday, we made okonomiyaki for ourselves and a couple friends who came over for my birthday, and had a lot of fun. So I'm going to make a second attempt to try to figure out this recipe this weekend. So I'm kind of buzzed. I bought more supplies, and I'm making okonomiyaki tomorrow night. Weekend will be mostly sewing. I need to get those Jacko bastards sewn up, and Ruth will be here working on that stuff. And I'm kind of backing off on getting myself too engaged in new stuff, because I have to make sure that I have everything ready for Monsterpalooza. So that means make sure that I've already set up the booth. I need to get the signage fixed. I broke a sign at Emerald City, and I don't know if I have all of the other signs. I believe I have everything else, but I just have to pull them out and make sure I have them in order, and repack the boxes and get them ready for load-in at the end of next week. There was something else I was going to bring up, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, badges. I know I'm a little bit late. I wanted to get the next badge up before the end of the month, but because we have a show coming up, I find it's actually a little bit easier for me to launch a new badge right before the show, so that we're collecting orders while the show is going on. And then once I get back from the show, I know what I need to get done. So I'm going to see if I can't get the new badges up this week, so that we'll be taking orders for a week on the new badges while we're at Monsterpalooza. And then once we get back from Monsterpalooza and rest a little bit, then I can just kind of work the badges out before we get back into Fez production. So look for that to come up in the next few days. I do have to sit down and get those designs done, and I'll probably be working on that this weekend. And I'm actually thinking about doing 2 badges this time, for those of you who bother to watch the videos. Because I have the Jackalope artwork together, there's nothing really holding me back from doing the Jackalope badge. So I'm thinking I might do the Jackalope badge and a Gauge badge if I can work that artwork out. And it just goes on that long list of ideas that I have rolling around in my head. So that is pretty much where we are for this Friday. Yeah. So I managed to survive my birthday and keep things moving forward. We've got supplies in. I don't think we have anything that's holding us back from Fez production. So I think we're actually in pretty good. It was up in the air for a week or two there. So things are going pretty good there. Sketch cards. If you have any suggestions for sketch cards, definitely throw them at me. Even if you're not interested in buying them, suggestions are always fun. It kind of knocks me out of my ruts. And I do need to get today's sketch card done so that I keep on my schedule of one a day. So that is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go get relaxed and get at my drawing table and start sketching up a sketch card. So yeah, that is where we're at. I hope everyone has a great weekend this weekend. I will be posting and getting stuff going. Like I said, Monsterpalooza is on my head, so I kind of have to get that stuff done first. But I want to get back to doing some creative stuff for all of you guys. And yeah, that's where we're at. So have a fantastic weekend. Happy Fez Friday to everybody. Once again, thank you all for your support in all of this stuff. I will get the video thing situated before next week. Although I'll be on the road next week because we load in Friday morning. That's going to be weird. I don't know what I'm doing. It might be a late night live stream from the hotel next Friday. We'll figure that out later. So anyway, so I will see you all next time. Thank you so much, and take it easy. Have a great weekend.